You're listening to Technically a Conversation, a podcast where we share an interesting topic or a story with each other and hope that you find it interesting as well. Each week we'll take turns sharing a little something, but the other person doesn't know the topic beforehand. The goal is to educate, entertain, and go on crazy tangents. So if you enjoy these types of podcasts, we hope you'll enjoy ours as well. Parental advisory warning, we will or might use some strong language. All right, so welcome. This is our second podcast.
Número dos.
Yeah, all right.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Doing cherry, as the kids would say.
Cherry? Oh my God, I didn't realize. Is that a
kids
thing now?
No, I guess the kids in the 90s would say that.
Oh, okay.
So, cherry.
Cherry. All right, well, speaking of 90s, we will travel back in time, just in case you want to know, because you did talk about something in the prior show. We talked about Barbie, so I thought we could dive into the very racy origins of the Barbie doll. Dun,
Cool.
dun, dun. Yeah, so here's a crazy little, starter. Did you know Barbie's previous life, she was actually a call girl?
I did not.
Yeah. All right. So let's dive on in. So it originally started as a comic strip. So in the late 1940s, there was a comic strip in the Hamburg newspaper. It's a German newspaper called, and hopefully I get the pronunciation right, Bild Zeitung, where the main character, her name was Lily, and she was a gold digger / call girl. So she was drawn with this really high ponytail, tiny waist, and really big brains. Just kidding. Obviously, really big boobs. So she was really buxom. And so even before going down to the boobs, the high ponytail and the tiny waist, the first person I was already thinking of was very Ariana Grande. I was like, oh, she's always wearing that crazy high ponytail. Anyway, so she was dressed really provocatively, even in these comic strips. And she was known to seduce men for gifts and stuff like that. So just to kind of give you an example of what the cartoon would look like or what it felt like. So it shows her in a two-piece bikini, right? In a bikini. And there's a police officer that's informing her that two-piece swimsuits are illegal. So she turns around and she quips, oh, in your opinion, which part should I remove? What? Racy, naughty Barbie. Or actually her name was Lily, sorry. So with great lines like that, come on. It's not a wonder why she was super popular, right?
Did they talk about why they made the change from Lily to Barbie?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Okay.
we will kind of get into that. And if I don't...
Some foreshadowing.
Yes.
Foreshadowing.
Dun, dun, dun. So what happens when comic strips get popular? That's a question for you.
They usually start branching out into different things like toys,
Right.
movies, cartoons.
There you go. See?
All the fun stuff.
This is why I have smart friends. So exactly, she became a doll. So she was forever immortalized as a pretty large doll, actually. So when she first started out, she was almost a foot long, or a foot tall, rather. And it was mostly popular with the men, no surprise there. So because she was popular with the men, she was sold in tobacco shops and also adult-themed toy stores. So in 1952 was actually when she first came on the scene as a doll. And she was a real big hit for bachelor parties. And men would actually hang the doll from rear view mirrors.
Oh boy, so hanging a foot long.
I know, it's kind of big, right?
Yeah.
And then there was even a picture that was shown of a couple of pilots. And they were in the, they were in the cockpit in the middle of all the instruments and stuff. Was that Lily doll. So it was really funny. They were super psyched to have her aboard, I guess.
Oh, wow.
So anyway.
It's funny because my mind went to a different place when you were saying that she was sold in adult stores.
Uh-huh.
I was imagining you were going to say they had a Barbie fleshlight.
Oh, no, that's funny. No, thankfully.
Or is that more in the 1990s, 2000s?
That could have come a little bit later.
The Barbie fleshlight.
I don't know if they have that. If not,
in case Barbie hasn't thought of that, give me a call.
That's right.
We'll go ahead and work something out.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, don't forget to give a little kickback over here, right?
Yeah. No, of course.
Just kidding. So a little bit more about what the doll looked like. We know she was almost a foot tall, right? She had a blonde high ponytail, just the way she was drawn. She had
like Ariana Grande?
Exactly. She had the red puckered lips, blue eyeshadow, and these like suggestively arched eyebrows. And they were really, really thin too. And then she also had they were basically like irremovable, shiny black stilettos that were basically like part of her feet, so you couldn't take them off, but she was forever in heels.
Like Ariana Grande also.
Like Ariana Grande. So I can talk about how she immigrated to America after a message. How do you feel about that?
That sounds good. Let's go ahead and take a little break, grab a little snack.
Yeah.
And we'll hear how she immigrated to America.
Yes.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
No matter what city you go to, it's comforting to know that Big Belly Burger is always going to taste like Big Belly Burger. That's because we've never strayed away from founder Angus T. Bell's vision of delivering the best burger at the best price. Whether you're in the mood for our classic Big Belly Burger meal with your choice of the Belly Buster, Belly Bloater, or Belly Flop, with fries and orange soda, the Cheese Meister Deluxe with our signature Chocorific or Strawberry Banana Shake, the Chili Cheese Fries with jalapenos, or the Jolly Meal for the little ones, you can be assured that the same care is put into your order as we did in 1988 when Angus flipped his first burger. New for this year, keep an eye out for Big Belly Burger food truck outside your favorite venues in Star City, Central City, Hub City, and Detroit. Big Belly Burger is a subsidiary of LexCorp, founded in Coast City, California, 1988.
And now, back to the show.
And we're back.
Yeah, we are back. So we were going to talk about how she immigrated to America and how that all fell into place.
Yeah, that's the part that kind of surprised me because I figured that she was the all-American girl.
Right.
I figured that she was American.
She looks all American now, but we should post a couple of links of what she used to look like, and she was super hookerish. Like, I know that sounds pretty bad, but yeah, she.
That still sounds all American too. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Never mind.
It is the oldest occupation in the world, right?
Yep.
That's what they say. So where fate lines up with the doll, there were two vacationing Americans in Germany in 1956. One, Ruth Handler, and her daughter, Barbara Handler. The daughter was 15 years old at the time. And the daughter really liked this Lily doll. So she really insisted on having one as like this was going to be her souvenir to take it home. And Ruth kind of liked the idea, and she actually bought 3 dolls. Oh. Well, three years later, she made some changes. She spoke with the people from Lily, the comic strip people, and she was able to debut it at the American International Toy Fair in New York. And so that was when Barbie was first born. And so she named it Barbie because her daughter's name was Barbara. So that was really sweet. Oh. Yeah. And in fact, she had like a full name. So she was debuted as a teenage fashion model, and her name was Miss Barbara Millicent Roberts from
The third.
Yeah. No, she even had like a whole backstory.
Esquire.
Yeah. She is from Willows, Wisconsin, which is really funny because I don't even know if Willows, Wisconsin is a real place. But it was kind of smart of her to make her from Wisconsin. The few people that I know from Wisconsin are blonde. I don't know if that's just my own stupid stereotype. Anyway, so when she first came out on the scene, she was only $3. And back in 2006, someone sold one in like primo mint condition. Here's the fun interactive part. How much do you think that one Barbie sold for?
$1 million.
Might be a little bit of an overshoot, but
Okay.
it was
1,000. Oh,
yeah, more than $1,000. It was sold for $27,450.
oh, it's more than my car.
That's pretty sweet. So that's the story of Barbie. Some more little fun facts about her, though. 50 years later, after she was born, she had already sold 1 billion dolls in 2009. According to Barbie's website, more than 100 Barbies are sold every minute, totaling to about $58 million dolls a year in about 150 countries. Isn't that a lot?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's
That's pretty incredible.
That's like, she's really giving body issues to 150 countries is what I kind of think. That's awful, right?
Well, it's great that she's not discriminating.
This is true.
And then who she gives
To everybody.
the body dysmorphia to.
Yes, exactly. That's kind of what it is, yeah. Some other things
No, I was gonna say how much did you say that or what year did you say that it originally sold in?
Oh, let me see. She came on the scene in the 50s.
When it was $3?
Yeah, she came on the scene. Let's see. 1959.
So in 1959 she sold for $3?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's plug into the little inflation calculator here and see how much that would have been.
Okay.
Okay, 1959, those $3 would be the equivalent of $27.75 today. In today money.
Oh my God, today money? That's not a lot.
I think that's still more than a Barbie. Isn't a Barbie like $20?
Well,
I don't know. I don't think I've ever bought a Barbie.
yeah, I think you're right. I think she's like $20, but I think they do have some specialty ones, right? Like these collectible dolls, which
I almost bought the Wonder Woman one.
oh,
But
I
guess
didn't
just
see that.
Yeah, they had come out with Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor.
Oh, cool.
And I almost bought them just because they look cool, but I don't know. I guess just all the trauma of always living in a heteronormative culture and, the stigma associated with it.
Oh, no.
I said, oh my God, I would feel so weird. Like, I would feel like the creep buying the Barbie fleshlight
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
sex store,
Yeah.
walking out with them.
Well, all you need to do to top it off is to put on your Play-Doh perfume or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Then you'd really be like a pedophile. Like a pedophile kit.
And you said in 2006 it sold for $27,450.
$450, yeah.
Let's see how much that is in 2021 money. That's $36,653.78.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely more than my car. Come on. That's so cool.
I don't know how much that is in metric units, but in dollars it's 36
in the euro
653,
in the euro
78.
coins. Yeah. In the Doge coins. Just kidding. Yeah, there were some other things that were kind of interesting, that the hottest selling Barbie had hair down to her toes. Again, the first person that came to mind was Ariana Grande. She always has the like super crazy long weave extension thing going on. Although I don't
Now, do they have any special edition Ariana Grande Barbies?
I don't, maybe not yet, but
Not yet.
maybe soon to come. Yeah.
Mattel? give us a call. We've got
That's
some
right.
ideas. We got all the ideas, Mattel.
We're shooting at the hip. Come on. The last interesting fun fact, which I did not even know, was that Barbie and Ken broke up on Valentine's Day, 2004. What?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's very sad.
I feel like they did that just to make us all feel okay about our own divorces in our life.
Yeah.
Yeah. She really is like us. Yeah. So, do you remember your sister playing with Barbies?
I remember my sister and I have several cousins that are female. Mm-hmm. So they would always play with them. And I remember being a kid, when you're a little kid, you don't know about, toys being for one gender or another.
Oh, good. So you played.
So, well, I try to play just because I try to fit in, but I guess you could say I was never allowed to play with Barbies.
Oh.
So
you got the shame.
I think, I got shamed, and I think that explains a lot of the issues that I have now as an adult. Part of that shaming.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I was never allowed. Even when they had the cool ones, with the little cars and all that shit.
Yeah, they were super
And I
cool.
remember, and I remember when my cousin, she got the Ken doll. I was like, oh well, I can be Ken because that's a guy, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's normal.
Yeah.
Nope, not allowed to.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Although-
she was supposed to play the boy and the girl.
Yeah, I guess it was just the fact of me playing with dolls was just frowned upon.
Wow. See, maybe I should buy you one. Just to get it out. No one will see. So it'll be like a scene straight out of Spaceballs. Do you remember that? And he's like, "Don't you knock," or something.
No, I think I've gotten over that, over the whole Barbie thing. But there's certain things that you remember from your childhood, and that just happens to be one.
Yeah.
Because I remember feeling very left out, not being allowed by my parents to play with them. And again, I was maybe 4 or 5, so I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember my brother playing a couple of times, but not very often. He was like, "This is stupid." And then he just wouldn't want to play.
Yeah, I probably would have gotten bored in 5 minutes also. But, it's just the fact that you tend to remember more the things you weren't allowed to do
Yeah.
than the things that you were allowed to.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. Yeah, I have a long list of things that I always wanted. At least that's one toy that my mom didn't try to make. So that was pretty cool. No.
Speaking about toys that you wanted, kind of have a little surprise for you.
Holy crap.
The next time that I see you,
Oh my
IRL.
God.
So you remember how you said you always wanted a Cabbage Patch Kid?
God. Wow.
It's a Cabbage Patch Kid. And can you see what it's dressed up as?
It's like
Maybe the little claws might
Is he like a little bear? A raccoon?
it's a sloth.
Oh my goodness. Que pendeja. Oh my God, it's so cute. It is the cutest thing ever. When did they go into animals?
I have no idea. I did a search online after we had recorded the last podcast when you had said, I always wanted a Cabbage Patch Kid. And I was like, I'll get you one.
Yeah.
And I saw this and I was like, well, I'm pretty sure the sloth is our spirit animal.
It's definitely.
Yeah, so I was like, what's better than a sloth Cabbage Patch Kid?
Very little
It kind of
things
looked
in life.
cuter. It kind of looked cuter in the pictures.
It's super cute.
Yeah, and it smells like baby powder or something.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, hopefully it still smells like that by the time that I see you and give her to you.
I know. It's
yeah.
so cool. Thank you.
You now have your own official Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh my goodness. And it's a sloth. I wanted both
And it's a
things in
sloth.
life. Yeah. I would always see those
Well, now you don't have to choose.
pictures of people that had sloths when they were holding them.
Like Kristen Bell?
Sadly, in like in third world countries, which is really sad, right?
Oh.
But they would hold them, and I'm like, oh my God, look at the way they're hanging on to that person. They gotta give the best hugs ever, right? They're really digging into you. So, my one question as we wrap this one up, we can learn a little bit more about each other if we ask a question. And one of the questions that I thought was pretty cool is the one that I selected for today.
Is this going to be a work-related question, or is this a personal question?
This is a personal question.
Okay, technically we're working right now, Isela, so I don't answer personal questions during work.
I wish I actually paid attention to what you said. I'm just kidding. That's so mean. Okay. So, if our life expectancy quickly changed to end at 50, what changes would you make in your life? Dun, dun, dun.
I would probably start smoking again.
Shut up.
Since
Okay. Not really what I was. All right, not what I was expecting.
Yeah, well, I figure I've got, like 7, 8 years. Well, I don't even, around 7, 8 years to go. I want to say I'm 42 or 43 around there. So, figure if I'm only going to live 7 more years, might as well start smoking again.
Wow.
That's the thing I probably miss the most.
Is that something you think you're going to pick up towards the end of life?
Once they tell me that I have cancer and it's terminal and there's nothing they can do,
Wouldn't that
I'll
just
probably start smoking again.
I feel like that would speed things along?
I think as long as they would tell me that there was still hope in saving my life, I probably wouldn't. But if it's like, oh, ni modo, chief, there's nothing more we can do for you.
Eesh.
Like, F it. Let me go down to Circle K. And
That's funny.
yeah. What about you? What would you do if you found that you had, 6, 7 more years to go?
Yeah, I would. I don't know. I think there's still like a lot of languages that I want to learn, and there's like a lot of places I want to go to. I'd probably quit and just be like, well, I'll make the rest of this retirement ride out somehow, even if it's ramen every day. Yeah, I think I would do something like that. It sounds crappy, right? I'm like, first thing I do is deuces job. No, but just to do all those things that I always wanted to do. See places, finish learning Japanese. Yeah,
I didn't even know you had started learning Japanese.
I have started.
Konnichiwa?
Okay, there you go. So there's also Ohio, which is good morning. A very formal good morning is Ohayo gozaimasu. If you want to get real crazy and how are you?
Ohayo gozaimasu is the way that I roll.
That has to be
That's
the way
how I
formal
roll, yeah.
all the time.
Especially when I wear my monocle and my top hat. Well, I've got my top hat here.
Nice.
Don't have my monocle. Sadly, this isn't a video podcast, so nobody else gets to see what a...
Dude,
Oh, shit, I can't put it on because of the
is it a
damn
top
headphones.
hat? It doesn't look like a top hat. It almost looks like a... Well, yeah, it is actually. Yeah. I can see
I don't
it
know.
now.
I bought it at Spirit.
Yeah, I can see it
And
now.
I had it on Freddy Krueger because the Freddy Krueger that I have... well, for the listeners, I have like this big, huge Freddy Krueger that's bigger than I am. For some reason, it didn't come with a hat, so I bought this for Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't look like his hat, but it was the closest thing that they had at Spirit.
So what? Someone really made a mistake on that because Freddy Krueger always has a hat.
That was a big fail, but I feel that since it only cost me $20 at Walgreens, I'm not going to complain that bad.
Yeah, this is true. And hopefully the hat was another 10 or something. But that was the first thing I thought when I first saw it, was a Freddy Krueger hat. So yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So that is...
So that's it. We're going to wrap it up now.
Yeah, that's our lovely... that's our time for today.
Okay. Well, we hope that you enjoyed the show and that you join us again next week. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, or wherever fine podcasts are sold.
Baby.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at greetingstac or email us at greetingstac@gmail.com if you have a story to share with us.
We welcome all stories.